We should be kicking off in just a couple seconds here. Both runners ready to go, and there it is.
There we go. Good luck to both racers. Yeah, so Piranha has a 31.55, and I think that's new actually. And then Kyle Berry has a 32.27. Very, very, very close PBs. So I'm hyped for it.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, both these guys have been improving really quickly. I think PiranhaPig and Kai have both put up PBs this week, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and Kai, he's kind of crazy. He goes for just like everything. In fact, like I kind of like recommended yesterday. I'm like, just maybe there's like a couple things maybe you shouldn't do because he does every risky play that you can possibly do. So I mean, respect for him. That's awesome.
Got to risk it for the biscuit.
Yeah,
Kai that's how he's improved so quickly. Is he learns every strat, he goes for it every time. All the races I've seen, he's been going for everything big, and the reason he's made it this far is because he hits it.
Yeah. All right, so for the intro of the game, if you're unfamiliar, it's called The Messenger, and this is the 8-bit portion of it. So we just go this. It eventually becomes 16-bit, so we complete the 8-bit portion of the game. And we were kind of hanging out in this village for all our life, and this older guy that kind of just got knocked down earlier was telling us these big stories about how the demons are going to come and we have to prepare. And our particular ninja didn't believe it, but his opinion changed pretty fast after he saw the big guy. So, and we're given a scroll. Our mission is to bring it to the top of the mountain. That's what we're going to do.
Yeah, so first level up is Autumn Hills. Autumn Hills is a pretty crazy one. As a first level, it's a really good introduction to the game casually. As a speed level, it's pretty intense. There's a lot of kind of tight tricks. And we see Kai, just taking a small bonk off of those green guys. We don't have any upgrades yet. Can't recover from bonks like you'd be able to later in the level. So it can be really punishing.
Yeah, it's a very minor time loss, so no big deal. It happens. It's a pretty tight jump actually, and it's easy to forget, how tight it is just because the shards can kind of like guide you a little bit. But we're aiming for 40 shards for that particular section. Both have 41 because we need to buy a huge upgrade, which lets us slash other objects and get a cloud step off of them. Cloud step being the little. You can see the little cloud or like kind of air move under his feet once he slashes something, and it lets us. It's really nice, not only for getting a cloud step, but you can defend yourself so much nicer. Like playing this without upgrades is unpleasant. I mean, it's fun, but it's a lot harder.
And here comes one of the first big tricks with the spike boost. Let's see. Oh, Kai went the wrong way.
Yeah.
Piranha got it, so that's gonna help a little.
I always say, like, the good thing, if you miss it, you're never short on shards, really. I don't want to jinx it, but you get extra shards, so it's less likely to have be a problem like at the end. It's tough to do that, honestly. It's a little bit of luck almost. No runner gets it every time.
And Poopa pointing out there might be some new tech there. Just earlier today, at Sea was working on maybe some new tech to make it more consistent, but then he was saying maybe not. So we're always looking for a way to get that every.
Yeah, we'll see. I've practiced it a bunch of times, I know. And the devs actually said that it depends on when you fall, if you're to basically the spikes, the set of spikes, if you're to the right or left of them. Obviously, you want to be to the right, then it'll push you to the right, but that's what actually does it. So the key is finding a consistent way to land on that right side.
Oh, man. And so Kai goes with the spike tower. He does the little bit easier, little bit faster way using the projectile, but it's pretty high.
And it's still, even on that, it's actually, it's pretty easy to still take damage on that. So if he can pull it off like consistently, then he could almost do both the saw blade deboost and that one, but then it's kind of risky in a race setting, I think, because if he messes it up, then he just dies, and it's a huge time loss there. It's quite a ways back to the other save spot. Both getting the little cheeky jump there. Nice. It's harder than it looks, I think.
No, that's one that gets me every time. I start feeling good about it in practice, get into a run.
Then it's just gone. I think really good movement so far by both players. The main difference being the spike D boost and the little green bonk from Kyle early on.
Yeah, you can really see both of them doing a lot of the same strats. Kai's gone for a couple risky things. It's not all gone his way, but he's also made up a little bit of time. It's kept him really close.
Yeah, grab the wall just a little bit there. So easy to do. They're not going to have any problem with money, though. That's the good news. Oh, he went for the cool strat there, too. So he just does everything.
Goes for it all. It's awesome. So they're both going to be going up into the boss here. This is the Leaf Golem. You want to basically make sure you're hitting him as much as humanly possible, and got to stop by the shop to get those shurikens so that we can get the one cycle. And so you want to tell us about the one cycle?
I can tell you how to not get the one cycle. I'm hoping just both. I don't want to jinx it. I'm going to wait 1 second so I can see this. Got it. All right, cool. So I'm the only one that misses this, apparently. Basically, you get the shurikens, and you don't want to lose any of your slashes. So you're mashing slash, and you want to kind of hit the shurikens at the same time, and kind of do it just in between the slashes, basically, and it just barely gets enough hits in to get that one cycle. It's almost like the devs planned it. It's too perfect not to plan, right? It's got to be.
And we got into Forlorn Temple, and now we're out of Forlorn Temple. So the bridge is not built there, but our little bridge building friend down here got trapped. And so if you play the full game, you got to try and find all of his friends. And I do highly recommend anybody that's just watched the speed run. You're missing out on a lot of the whole game. So
it's so much fun. And actually, if you're a speedrunner, the any percent run is a lot of fun. It's a little long. It's over 2 hours generally, but compared to, like, say, some of the Zelda games, that's nothing. But yeah. It's so much fun.
And PiranhaPig is a pretty prolific any percent runner.
Yep.
It's kind of come back to 8-bit for this tournament, but I think any percent I would say is kind of his main category.
Yeah, I think he was going to take a break, but 2C came back to it as well, and I think he wants to improve his run now. He was going to take a little bit of a break, but I think he gave him the inspiration to kind of get back into it. Ooh, a little bit of a wall grip there. He's going to put PiranhaPig a little bit behind. Still got through the second saw blades, though. I always thought that was really scary, and when I first started playing this game, like, I didn't go for it for a while, probably too long.
Yeah, I felt the same way. The big thing is the movement through water. Kind of as you do it more, you realize how it works, and it's not too bad. But you got to kind of get that feel for how the movement works. And
right, yeah, you have more control. You have enough control.
Mm-hmm. Sure. And if you have any little issues like that sticky ninja grabbing walls, then you got to play it safe.
Cali going for the double. Both cool. Both going for the newer tech.
Awesome.
Not official, but I'd say it seemed like it was roughly half a second difference from when I timed it, but maybe it's a little more if you get really good movement.
Yeah, and so we're seeing Kai and now PiranhaPig both having to take that small detour to get the health, because there's going to be another spike boost here in just a couple of.
So there's actually one that Kyle was talking to me about yesterday, and it's essentially the same, but it's very risky. This is one of the strats that I kind of told not to go for, because usually he doesn't grab that health, and he waits for the fireball instead of the spikes. So just think about how risky that could be. Because he actually has to go off with the fireball, and if he gets hit at all, like one time, then he can't do it.
Yeah, I have seen the fireball strat before too. But yeah, there's that spike boost. Both of them have no problems with it. Get through really well.
Very close so far, just like we expected. Catacombs is a fun level. It's all about just making those crushers, honestly. That's the biggest part, not getting caught up anywhere. Kyle got hit a little bit there because he dropped down a little early, so the projectile was aimed in a different position than it normally is. I don't know if he usually does that or not. and
Yeah, makes it through
last crusher, no problem. Both players, cool.
that big crusher room is definitely the scariest one in this level. That's really tight, but they both
Yeah,
made
you
it great.
can't jump too early because you'll hit the spikes and die, or if you do it too late, then you get crushed and you die.
All right, everybody, cross your fingers. Let's hope for some high Ruxins.
And if not high, I want the same. Let's do the same. High and no. So
Oh,
Kyle
man.
got it. Yeah, Piranha's gonna
Yeah.
lose 9 to 10 seconds.
That's unfortunate. Never want a difference in the race because of RNG. Piranha obviously knows how to handle it. He's doing really well. Should finish him off quickly here, but you can see the time difference just because of that RNG.
Yeah, you got a pretty good kill too when you're doing the secondary strat there. As long as if you kill them, they have the green drops of acid kind of end right at the end of the platform there. That it kind of tells you that you did it right. So he did it really well. Good old Bamboo Creek, Bamboo Boys in chat. I still don't completely understand the Bamboo Boys, but I have to say it, otherwise I might get in trouble.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
And Shovel Please in chat as well. Music is awesome. I mean, all of the music is awesome. This is one of the better ones, I think.
And if you like Chinese food, you could say that.
Something about Chinese food too, but I'll leave that to PiranhaPig maybe in the interview. Or Kyle.
Yeah, let them do some singing. This is a really cool stage, though. I mean, I just really like the aesthetic of it. It's kind of joked about in the game that this is the happy stage. You go through, catacombs and all these kind of sad-looking places. This one, you got a nice sunny day, just climbing around. There's a lot of really cool tech too. You'll see them going for some kind of crazy stuff to make sure, like that edge clip and going over top of the tree. All those really cool stuff.
Yeah, and I saw like a newer player just a day or two ago. He described this level as very green. That was his 2 cents, but he's not wrong.
Piranha using the fireball to go over top of the tree. That's a pretty way to do it. And
Ooh.
Oh man, he's gonna keep going for it. No, he is.
That's too bad. I knew he'd go for it. Both the Piranha will go for it as well. So this is his chance to catch up. Actually, if Kyle doesn't get up there, he didn't get it.
Man, yeah, I think I've only seen one into skip in this tournament. It's just really tough, especially in this setting with some nerves and everything.
Yeah, it's a pretty tight jump. A lot of things can go wrong with it, but it ends up being just enough height and your timing with your kick on the ledge there. They call it a one tile kick, and that's the hard part, is getting that kick. It's not that difficult to kind of get like by the ledge, but yeah, getting the actual kick is the hard part.
And we do get a really good, let's see, from both of them. Yeah, really nice show of that last room. When you get that nice and clean, and these guys are good enough that they're always going to. It looks nice.
Yeah, that's kind of one of the early challenges, I think. Not super early. It's not easy, but it is one of the earlier things to kind of get down because it saves so much time on that level. I mean, if you don't do the double lanterns, you're probably dropping a minute of time just in Bamboo, and it's not a long level. I mean, like the gold for that level, I think, is about 219 or 220 total. So adding a minute obviously is a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
The shop here, we wanted 275, so PiranhaPig just had barely enough, perfect the amount, and we want to buy 2 upgrades. We're really only looking to buy one. The second one is a requirement, though, to get it, and it's the air attack, and it makes things very, very easy. In comparison, at least, to like Out of Bounds, because Out of Bounds, if you ever play that category, same 8-bit, it'll be another couple stages before you actually get it, unfortunately, and you'll appreciate it a lot more if you try it.
That was some really nice falling by Kyle there to get the YOLO fall, and then Piranha did it as well. He took one bonk.
I actually like this stage. Not to say that this stage in Coolshroom is easy, but after Bamboo, it's kind of like a little bit of like a little bit of breathing room, in my opinion. It gives you some time to prep for the next set of stages. Like, so I'd say Crags is the next super challenging stage. Coolshroom has its hard parts, but after you've played for a while and you get it down, it's one of the easier stages. So
Yeah, I do have
it's
to
easy
agree
to
with
grab a
you.
wall though and burn time, like a second here, second there, just from like little mistakes. So it can be
Yeah,
frustrating still.
the mistakes aren't nearly as major as in Bamboo, but they can add up.
Yeah, so the easier the level, then the bigger the small mistakes end up being. Basically, same here in Coolshroom. Coolshroom, you have to just basically go for a perfect stage most of the time, or really close to it.
And there we get our water boost. That was actually a really good one from Kai to kind of maximize the speed he got from.
The only one we'll see in this run, but it's a pretty cool move, and it opens up the doors and any percent and the NG plus a lot. Actually, that having that ability makes it really fun. Both players having a good stage so far, really smooth. PiranhaPig going a little different route than I'm used to seeing there. That was cool. Not the
Yeah.
route, but he hit a couple of different enemies that I'm used to seeing. I liked it.
Oh, and there was our hay. All right, coming up to the Emerald Golem. Kai's getting there first. PiranhaPig's just a little behind him, but it's also a little tough to tell because I think Kai's using RTA and Piranha's got load.
I was about to ask if that was the difference there, because I thought we started at the same time. I just noticed it.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I'm not positive.
It'll be easy to tell, I guess, at the end of the level. But still, that's a decent amount of load time for this early in the run. Maybe his
Yeah.
computer's not that great.
And Kai having a little bit of trouble with some extra damage boost, so he had to wait just a minute, let the hand go up, but he still gets it fine. Now he's going to have 2 health going into the second phase.
2 health's all right. Usually it's not a big deal. He did it awesome. I'm so bad at this. PiranhaPig did really well as well.
I'm with you. I have a lot of trouble with second phase goal.
I'm super inconsistent. It's harder, in my opinion, at least, than it looks. But it might just be because I'm not good at it. Like I said, both players doing really well, making it look easy and making me feel bad, actually, about it. I'm bad. That's what it is. The sad golem, but he killed so many messengers, so it depends on if you feel bad for him or not. If it was on purpose, I don't know. Maybe
Yeah,
he just
I'm
crushed him because he's a big guy.
Definitely looking like the difference in timer is just the loadless. So that does appear to be what's going.
This stage is a lot of fun. Honestly, I hated this stage so much early on. I usually always talk about that. It's, in my opinion, it's one of the really hard stages when you start running this game because it's so easy to die. But there's a couple really well-placed health upgrades that you can get that make it really consistent once you get used to it and know where they are. There's 2 specific ones that are just, I definitely think if you don't have full health, you should go for them every time. Because they're just right on your way.
I agree. I thought this was always like, I just wanted to survive Coolshroom. If I just made it through with no deaths, I'd be okay. But once you know where those healths are at, then it's a lot better. And we can't make it through this room without saying it's the longest room in game.
Yep.
And you can hold right
and
the
you can
entire
hold
time.
right the entire time. Yeah, it's science. Oh man, so this wall that Kyle's having a little bit of hard time on, that wall, it's a conspiracy. It has oil on it, I'm convinced. So it's so easy to slide off that one, and there's one other one in Crags, that's the same thing. And it just doesn't want to be gripped.
So sticky in Grotto that you're grabbing every wall you don't want to, and then when you get here and want to grab a wall, never works.
The bottom lantern where the circle of green enemies there were, that is the first one if you're unfamiliar with where the health is. Piranha going for it. I think so. Ah, man, just a little too low. Both players having to go the slightly longer route. You can, with a well-timed shuriken, you can hit the opening for the door there, basically, the little lock, and it's really fun.
Yeah, I've seen when you see people do it correctly, it looks super easy, but that's really pretty tough to get the height in the first place, and then to make sure that you throw them at the right.
Yeah, the second one's the harder one, just because they're I'm not sure what you call it, but the little spin wheel that you hit to open the doors, obviously just a little bit shorter than the enemy. So you can throw the first shuriken kind of high, and the second one's just got to be a little bit lower, but obviously not too low. Piranha's about to go for, I think, the hardest jump in this level. No, he's going to hold off. If he doesn't get it, then it's death. That's the hard part. So Kyle had to hold back because he didn't have the right height.
That's scary. That's what happens if it's not quite right. So, yeah, Piranha in the lead going into Queen of...
Queen of Quills is hopefully no mess ups on it. It's pretty easy generally. Piranha doing a little different, but basically you want to get a couple hits off of her so you can get a cloud step to throw a shuriken to knock her down. And the biggest mishap is generally throwing the shuriken just a little too early, because if you do that, then it just doesn't register and doesn't knock her down because she wasn't out of her animation yet. But it's the most consistent fight. I guess Leaf Golem's pretty consistent as well, but once you get it down, it's kind of a nice break, honestly. When you do mess up, though, it hurts because you lose, 10 to 15 seconds.
Yeah, I think the toughest part is just making sure you're getting all the hits in so that it goes as planned. But they both did great, and so we can see just a very minor difference. PiranhaPig and...
Oh, and things heat up in this level. It's tough. We get the coolest upgrade ever. The rope dart. The couple things, I bet you they'll buy the health upgrades. So the two upgrades that they did buy is it gives them 1 extra health, and it also gives you a chance to get health drops from enemies. It's just RNG related, but it's really helpful. You almost always have enough money, and it makes it so that in Tower Time, the last level, we can pull off some really big time saves a little more consistently. Ooh, PiranhaPig bonking his head. It's not hard to do.
I hate that jump. I
see both of them hate it
all the time. It's so easy to screw up, and then you get tilted and just can't do it.
Yeah, it seems to just be easy all the time until, of course, that one time, and then you just hate it, and it seems to just not go away. So PiranhaPig going to be a little bit behind here. We'll see what kind of RNG the bosses give us, because this is, I'd say, one of the last big RNG elements. Ooh, and Piranha missing that one little I guess it's a... Oh, what are they? Stalactite, I believe? Is that what they call them?
Yeah. I think the stalactite from the ceiling, stalagmite from the ground. Might have a...
I think so. I don't know, I'm not a geologist.
Yeah, so we've seen both of them having just some minor issues, and that's, I mean, really Searing Crags as a whole. It's really tough to get through totally clean. And so none of them have any big issues, but it's so easy to make small mistakes and lose a little time here and there.
There was actually a rope dart that PiranhaPig did in the previous room that I liked. I might have to try that. Because sometimes the trick is if you get held up, like if you hit that lantern and you'll jump and you'll lose a little bit of speed, and it'll make it so the little ball enemy that you're trying to hit to go up to the next level is just a little bit in the wrong spot, so you can't get enough height off the jump. But he rope darted right before that, and it made it so that he almost had to like wait for the enemy to get there. So it was pretty cool. I haven't seen somebody do that. We'll see what kind of RNG we get by these two. These two, some of the worst are like RNG potential, at least. I'd say that they're not quite as bad. Wow, Calberry really went up there. Not as bad as Ruxton, but there's a lot of different patterns you can get with them.
Yeah, and just based on what we're seeing on stream, which should be pretty close to the SR all time, we've seen, I think, 3 lead changes this stage, so very tight.
That's what we wanted. All right, so far neither really getting good RNG, but they're both about done.
Yeah, I'd say fairly even RNG, not great, but nothing too awful.
But that was Colossus and Seuss, their brothers, and they just wanted to work out, really. They didn't really want to fight us. It was just a game to get swole. And I don't know how they sit against that. It's too hot. There's a fire there.
All right, Glacial Peaks. This is my favorite level. I think a lot of people like it. The music's great. Get those shovel please. I think that's why Kyle had that name, waiting for this stage from the beginning.
Exactly. It's a beautiful level. And Kyle going for the harder strat there. It's a little faster. I'm scared to do it.
Yeah, I don't know that I'd ever seen that before.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, instead of doing the air attack, I've seen Heather do it as well. Instead of an air attack, you just kind of like do an up slash, but you have to walk up just a little bit to get the extra height. It makes it a really tight jump, though, and if you miss it, it's painful.
Yeah, he's got all those crazy strats going left and then right around there.
Oh, Piranha, no.
Different than intended. Oh, man.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I just looked up and saw him respawning. Easy to do in this stage. A lot of bottomless pits, a lot of tight platforming, spikes. It's a tough one.
Yeah. He's got a little bit of catching up to do. There is definitely room for it too. This level, usually not like huge time losses, but so tower time though, there's so much can happen. So it's definitely not game over here. Both are still well in the race.
This is our first appearance by Quarble, though. We were hoping to get a fully deathless run and not see him at all. But Quarble's a little red greed demon that is following PiranhaPig around, and he just gave up. But yeah, he'll just follow you around and take your time shards for you for a little while.
Piranha's going too fast. He got tired. I spoke too soon. No, Piranha, don't do that. Did Kyle go for the one tile kick there? I haven't even tried it. He's crazy.
Oh,
crazy
I
assume he just did, probably.
Yeah. He didn't do the drop down in the room right before. Kept it a little bit safe. But he's coming through. He's had a nice glacial, little hang up, but not the end of the world.
Yeah, it's easy to do. Such a beautiful level. Really well designed. So much fun. It's not as much fun, I guess, probably when you first start. It's another level, I think, that actually adds a lot of extra time because you end up not going the same routes because they're a little bit harder. So going the long way definitely adds time to it, but it's still such a great stage. Yeah,
and when you nail it, really makes it feel like a ninja. That's so we have got the scroll to these guys at the top of the mountain. And so now we lift it up in the air, and it summons this portal to the Tower of Time. And so now we got this extremely deadly final stage.
This level scares me like every time. There's so many things that can go wrong in this level. There's so many cool tricks, though. Kyle getting the first one. With a little bit of a trick, you can hit the crystal through the wall. What you do is you get next to it, and you hold the directional pad away from the crystal, so that case you're holding on the right wall, so you hold left. Oh, he's going for the full strats. What a crazy guy. Oh, he can't do it. That second one is the hardest part, to do the D-boost.
Yeah, I love seeing him trying to get hit.
Yeah, it's hard to get in the right position to get hit by that second projectile. But so the other part of that trick, it's really simple. You just end up hitting slash and then jump basically right after. And you hold that jump as much as you can just so you can get a full cloud step, basically. Ooh, that was pretty risky. And we'll see if he picks up a health, though. And hopefully he doesn't get hit here. This is going to be close.
Yeah, I already saw it earlier today. Grimmy had some bad luck in this room with Wizrobes, but he's going to make it. And he makes it to the checkpoint. I'm sure he's going to go for the kick up here as well.
And Piranha got hit as well. So Yeah, sorry, go.
Oh, I was just gonna say that skip that scares me every time. I can't believe you guys going for it in races, but that was really smooth. He hit it well.
Yeah, really well done. Piranha not going for it, and Kyle will not be able to do the spike deboost that I'm sure he would have gone for because he didn't get a health drop, unfortunately. You need 4. Traditionally, on the laser skip, you need 5. That's why we buy that 6th HP to kind of give us a buffer in case we get hit by a wizard, because wizards are mean. PiranhaPig has enough health to do it. I'm not sure if he's practiced it or not. It would help kind of close the gap a little bit, though, if he goes for it. He'd save at least 5 seconds if he gets it.
We'll see. That's a scary one.
It's hard. No, he's not going to go.
Yeah, he's gonna.
Oh no! Piranha, no!
Oh man. So easy to do.
Yeah,
I'm sure he's upset.
I died pretty much in the same place, roughly. Different circumstances, same thing, but yeah, laser. It's unforgiving. So Kyle's going to have a pretty big lead here now.
Yeah, now it's just
Potential upset.
He's got to play it safe, and of course, as I say that, he's going for risky strats.
Oh no,
man,
that's a pretty big loss of time there. So he's going to have to do this room over again.
And that's his first death, so the first appearance of Quarble adds that a little bit.
So actually really close now because of that.
Man, so yeah, just
Same
like
room.
that, same room. It's wild. And that's
Then
just
you
like
got hung
you were
up there
saying.
a little bit. That was kind of scary.
Yeah,
You almost got crushed there.
He goes.
So
big
there's still
and,
things that can go wrong here.
Man. Yeah, we could still have some whiz robes. Okay, Kyle doesn't have any big issues, and Piranha makes it through that big laser room fine.
Yeah, as long as you have at least 2 health, it's usually not too bad. Getting hit one time though is pretty easy. I'm sure both players will go for this skip here too. It's just like the crystal in that second room.
There we go, perfect.
No
it can be, it's easy to hit the laser there if you're not careful, but I think both these guys very well done. Perfect.
Also really easy to accidentally go back. If you're a little too high, it's easy to hit the crystal above and kind of backtrack and lose 5 seconds.
So yeah, going in, it's going to come down to Arcane Golem. If PiranhaPig can pull off a really good fight, he's still in.
Yeah, it's going to be close. Let's see here. Basically, we just we're being tested more or less. If you want to know the story of it, so we fight the blue robes here to prove ourselves.
So the rope dart is our friend. That's how we can get those iframes and just get right in there. They're both doing pretty well. You just got to try and stay as close as possible when getting clapped. Man, there it is.
Oh, wow. Man. How close was this race? Was that within 5 seconds?
Yeah, so looking at the timers, Piranha is finishing ahead, but that is in the loadless. And it looks like it is an official SRL time of 33:26 for Kyle and 33:34 for Piranha. Wow.
Let's see here. We'll see if they want to come in for commentary.
That run.
Piranha, no.
Shout out to Kalish.
Welcome, guys. Welcome. Yeah. That was awesome.
And only the runners will get that one.
At least it was close. That's just good. I'm gonna justify that with my
that was
God.
Within 5 seconds, guys. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
It was within 5.
That was the worst run of my life.
Dude.
We
Well, not
should.
actually.
We should
I went
be
for the
safe.
lasers. I thought it was over.
Kyle, do you have your loadless time available? We should make sure that it
True.
was actually, yeah, because that's so close.
I have
Yeah,
a
and loadless
3325 loadless.
Wait, you got a 3325 loadless?
No, that was with loads.
Okay. With
Oh,
loads, I
you're-
had 30. Mine
I had
was.
3314 loadless. Sorry about that.
Well,
14.
mine says
3314.
33.8.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'd probably just go with
Oh.
RTA in my opinion, but
Hold on, I'm gonna undone
I don't
them.
want to. I don't want to
Yeah.
snatch victory from the jaws of defeat in a cheesy way, because I feel like you won, and I didn't really deserve that victory.
Well, I just want to say that whatever the outcome is decided, I respect you as a. Just getting
Yeah,
to fight
thanks.
you has been an honor and a pleasure.
Hey, thanks, man. You too.
Yeah, I gotta kind of. We'll have to double check this, honestly. This
Yeah,
it's
that
it's
that
an
is way
interesting
too
one. Hold
close
on.
to not have to check.
Yeah, I think it'll have to come down to it because looking at, I mean, a 0.5 different man.
That's
Hey,
insane. Wait, is that actually real? There's
Yeah,
no way. I'm gonna screenshot that and send it. Hold on.
0.58 is what we're looking at with the loadless
0.58?
comparison. So this might have to go to the video review.
Wow.
my.
Well, hey, if that's the case, then at least we had a good race in that
True.
case.
I didn't get the goal I wanted, and we didn't get the deathless, but you know, it was a good fight.
Both of us died twice, I think, right? I can't
I died
remember.
once.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I know you guys couldn't see each of your streams at the same time, but Piranha, when he had that death in Tower of Time, it looked like Kai was gonna, kind of pull ahead, and then his death was right after that, and so it went straight back to being even.
I actually
was-
Kaleeshed in the Kaleesh spot though. That's what surprised me that much. Because I understand how the Kaleesh situation happened now. It's interesting.
Which Kaleesh are you talking about? There's many.
I'm talking about the OG Kaleesh, the one where I died. When there's like spikes above and below you in Glacial Peak.
See,
basically
so
what-
we both, I think we were both watching Kyle's like screen on that because we saw you were dead, but we're like, what happened?
I actually
We totally missed
Kaleeshed.
it. Wow.
So I
You
understand
boost
why
right into the
Kaleesh
spikes,
Kaleesh.
basically.
Yeah,
I see that.
I pressed rope dart twice because I wanted to do the Hansan right after, except I rope darted back and then I jumped right into the spikes. It was pretty rough. But
Man. What a race though. I mean, it was back and forth. I don't know how many lead
everyone-
changes we saw.
I feel like this has been one of the more hyped runs. Maybe it's because I'm in it, or one of the more hyped races. But me and Kyle have been talking about it.
No, I was hyped for it. Yeah, I posted in the matches discussion. I'm like, this is the one that I want to watch.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. This is because our times are so close.
Yeah,
That's true.
before your newer PB, I think it was within like 20 seconds. The PBs, which is
Yeah, and then I
maybe
got
even less than 20.
insane.
I can't remember. I mean, if we're going by loadless, I think that Piranha actually won. I think that we need to double check it and get a couple others
Yeah,
to
I'd
make
double
sure.
check it if I were you.
But
Because we might have started early as well.
Yeah,
Since it's a race, you don't really know when the timer starts. It's honestly, it's really strange. So I'd say just retime it. Maybe I can retime it if you guys don't want to, or just have
Yeah.
someone from Speed Gaming do it.
we'll go to the Discord and double check everything.
Because I don't know what to do in this situation.
Yeah, because we can't have SRL like the start, like so if one started or not, that shouldn't matter. Because I think that we determined before that we were going to use loadless as the time.
Mhm.
So we'll double check that. But it looks like, at least for this particular moment, if we're going to have to mark somebody as a winner, it looks like Piranha. But we're going to have to double check it because it's way too close.
Yeah.
Way too close. But I mean, that was an amazing race, guys, regardless of the outcome.
GG.
GG
Thank you for
Piranha.
commentating. Thanks for running. And see ya. I guess that's
See you
it.
guys, and thanks so much to Speed Gaming, everybody's out. So much fun. The tournament's been great so far.
Yeah.
And we should plug the speedrunning Discord if you want to get into it, because that's probably where we'll find out who actually won. So it's looking like Piranha, but it'll come down to the start. So amazing work, guys. Really, really appreciate
Yeah.
the amazing stuff we saw from you.